very different
wait.
on what they're doing with this next generation.
Wait. Because he was spitting facts just now.
Executed. But is the Xbox brand even strong enough to pull it off at this point? I think it's pretty safe to say that the traditional console war is dead. And I say that mostly because...
Before he continues, I agree. I think, okay, here's the thing, right? PlayStation, first of all, PlayStation and Xbox, they cool, but you can't do a lot of shit that you can do with a PC, bro. The console war is dead because PC is where it's at, period. Now, where I feel like PlayStation is fucking up, there's a lot of games, bro. Why do they have PlayStation exclusive games, right? For PS5, when I have like the PS, like say Red Dead, right? I have the Red Dead PS4 disc, right? Why would they make a PS5 version? What's the point? Why not just keep making, and we're talking about exclusives, right? Why would I buy the PS5 version when I have the PS4 version? Why when I go into the PlayStation store, there's the PS4 and PS5 version on the PS5? What is the point? Graphics? The graphics don't really look too different. And what, Xbox? I still got my Series X, my Series S. I still got my Series S. There's nothing wrong with it. I love my Series S. I've been using that since what, 2017, 2018? That is an amazing system, and it still runs the exact same. I got GTA 4, all that. Like, there's nothing wrong with that system. So when they dropped the black one that looked like a the Wi-Fi box, I was like, what do I need that for? Isn't it the same interface? I don't even really know for real, but it looked like the same fucking interface to me. It don't look no fucking different. So it is, the console war is over. Honestly, I'd rather be on my PC downloading games than get anything on PlayStation. Like, let's be for real.
Sony and Microsoft are finally taking very divergent paths on what they're doing with this next generation. From everything we're hearing, the PlayStation 6 will be largely a continuation of what's worked with the PS5. However,
and the other thing is, I'm literally, PlayStation 5 is such a dead console. I swear. It's really, I don't care what anybody says, that console is dead, bro. Like I said, I'm a PlayStation guy. That console is horrible. But when GTA 6 come out, I'm getting it for the PC. Why would I get it for PlayStation? Maybe so, you know what I'm saying, somebody else could play it, but not me. I'm gonna be on console with it. I mean, I lied. I'm gonna be on PC with it.
What Microsoft are doing feels like it is an entirely different thing. Look at the Xbox Ally. I recently reviewed it, and while there definitely are some redeeming features of it, it's such a weird device because this is a device that's made by ASUS, and it is this weird, like, co-marketed kind of thing. It's running Xbox's full screen experience, which at first glance looks like an Xbox console, except that it is running Windows, and it has all of the baggage associated with it.
And I ain't gonna lie, whatever this is, first of all, I didn't hear about it. Second of all, there's really no point of it because when I was at work, I would easily take my, what the hell's my, look. Oh, I'm about to fall out this chair. I take this right here, right? Rest in peace, my dad. This is his tablet. Okay. Oh no, I lied. I fucking lied. His shit is somewhere else. My job gave me this. And I never used it for work. You know what I use this for? To play Xbox. Play 2K. Any job I was at, boom, I set it up. I bring my controller with me, and I got my Xbox with me on the go. What's the point of that? That looks like it's a waste of money, bro. I would never spend my money on something like that.
I think they've been pretty clear, though, that the Xbox Ally is this sort of template for the next generation. I mean, both Sarah Bond as well as Phil Spencer have pretty much said outright that the next generation of Xbox is a thing, it is going to be more premium, and a lot of their thinking around it is very much going to be based on the Xbox Ally, which I think is a pretty clear way of saying that the next Xbox is PC. One of my biggest complaints with the Xbox Ally is that people see the word Xbox and think it's a console, and yet there are so many console things it doesn't do. Like, you cannot play Xbox games on the Xbox Ally. Now sure, you can play PC games, but you cannot just play your existing Xbox library unless it's on something like Game Pass. On top of that, there's no backwards compatibility. There's also a lot of issues when it comes to, there's very poor support for sleep and wake, and let me just be honest, it is a Windows PC that has a better interface. It is a beta, if you will, of what could be, but it is not where it needs to be yet. Now, a lot of what I'm saying in this video is based on an article from Jez Corden of Windows Central, who has a stellar track record, and the big takeaways from his article is not only the fact that the next Xbox will of course be a PC and running Windows, but it is going to be hopefully a much more evolved version of what we have on the Ally. If you treat the Xbox Ally as the beta, and you assume that the next generation of Xbox is about a year and a half, 2 years out, this is where Xbox is headed. So by the time that the true Xbox is coming out, you will have a lot of this stuff sorted. It is going to be difficult to pull off, and some of this is actually going to come down to the actual chip. So the next generation of Xbox chip will be using AMD. Same thing with the Series console. There are some hardware level things to help older games work, and I believe that will also be the case here. But it's bigger than that, because on one hand, the idea of an Xbox being a PC and allowing you to do all the PC things you want, load up a copy of Steam, hell, jump into the desktop and open up Photoshop, like all those things are and will be possible. But the important thing to note here is that a lot of the jank in the Xbox Ally experience needs to be fixed. And according to Jez at least, that does seem like that is the goal. And I have heard that they are really deep into rebuilding significant portions of Windows. I think about the Steam Deck a lot. It's such a good analogy. The Steam Deck is pretty much what Microsoft are trying to do. You turn on the Steam Deck, you light it up, and it is going to dump you directly into big picture mode. You can do everything you need to inside of big picture mode. But guess what? Do you want the desktop? Push a button, hop into the desktop, and you have full freedom of Linux. And I think that's pretty much what Microsoft are trying to do here. To me, that is going to be the real mark of if they are successful with this next generation of fusing the best of Xbox and Windows together. I think one of the big things that we're all going to need to wrap our heads around with this next generation of Xbox is that it is not just going to be a box, but it's going to be a PC. And I think it's going to be a price PC, because something that's important to consider is that, especially
what the fuck I was
sort of lifetime, these consoles have always been sold.
Bro, you know how many times I pressed my mic to unpause and it did not work? I pressed it at least 4 times just now. What the hell? Fuck. What was I saying? I was saying something about damn, Xbox is literally my home PC, my home system. So I throw that joint in the living room. Because if I want to watch, who runs cable anymore? If I want to watch games, basketball, football, why do you cable for that for? I'm going to just use my Xbox. And that's where PlayStation lost me, is because they got rid of, in the PS5, they got rid of, you can't go on the internet. So I'm like, all right, cool. Let me just keep my Xbox in the living room so I can, you know what I'm saying? I can always switch back and forth, you know what I'm saying? Because I got the 2 HDMIs, or I can just go on the internet on my Xbox and watch what I want to watch. You feel me? Like, but I think that's all that I really said. But damn, my mic was paused for a minute. No bullshit. Oh, that's why. Because I hit my space bar.
With a real subsidy attached. What I mean by that is that, say, when the Xbox One came out, these are boxes that are meant to be affordable, but importantly, they need to make money. So the way they did that was they would sell it.
This right here is a top tier system. This system right here is a 10 out of 10. This is one of the best systems I've ever had. You could do anything to the system. You could drop it. My uncle told me, you know what I'm saying, he had him and his, you know what I'm saying, his little shit. They was beefing. And, you know, she's Spanish. She threw his Xbox, like, I don't know, like across the room or some shit like that. And his shit still works. Don't overheat, nothing. It still works just as good as new. This system is tough. Okay? This system is amazing. Xbox says, Microsoft says Xbox consoles have always been, what the fuck? L Reader. Microsoft says Xbox consoles have always been sold at a loss. That's tough. That's tough. I was so happy when I got this system on like Black Friday, and it still works so well. It's not slow, nothing. Like, I could play Xbox 360, you know what I'm saying? Like,
for usually at cost or below, and instead expect to make the money by selling you games or Game Pass, or whatever the case is. This is the way the consoles have pretty much worked forever, and that's just not going to be the case when you're selling a PC that someone might just open up Steam and never touch the Xbox store again. Now, I want to be clear, I don't want to say that this next generation of Xbox,
that's hard. That's hard.
Will be every dollar as expensive as it needs to be to profit. On one hand, the Xbox itself, so this is the first party one that Microsoft's going to release, that is going to be, in my opinion, something closer to like a reference graphics card. But what I also think is you will be able to buy an Xbox from other third-party companies. Just the same way that Asus sell the Xbox Ally, I think there was going to be a bit of a free-for-all. So my understanding is that what the next Xbox is really going to be is a standard. So there's going to be a number of different AMD chips, so there's a codenamed Magnus, and the idea is that they're going to be modular. So say the core Magnus is meant to be in the Series S replacement, and then there would be a Magnus Minus, which would go into the next generation of handhelds, and then there would be Magnus Plus, which would go into the next generation of Xbox Series X. So you get the idea here that just like there are multiple Xboxes today with the Series S and the Series X, there will be multiple tiers of Xbox. Now how they brand this, I don't know, but it does seem pretty clear to me that while you will be buying an Xbox in name, they will look very different on the actual store shelves. And importantly for you as an end user, you're still gonna have the full freedom, theoretically, of Windows, but you'll also have at least a little bit more of a console experience, not only with the software, but also with a bit of a guarantee that this game is going to run without having to change a bunch of settings and whatnot. You can make a real argument that this is not necessarily good for gamers. I think that we've all gotten accustomed to buying a relatively affordable console. And I think that there might be some of that we still get with this next generation of Xbox, but I'd be lying if I said that this is not a pretty big gamble. Because on one hand, if you look at the PC space, there is a huge amount of growth there that's still happening, whereas the consoles have been a little bit static over the last 5-6 years.
I'm trying to tell you, console will be obsolete in probably like the next, I really want to say between 5 and 10 years. Console is going to be because there's going to be no point in getting a console unless you getting it for like a kid. But for people that's been gaming their whole life, you know, such as me, Tastic, you feel me? there's gonna be no real reason to buy a console when you can buy the same games on your PC. And then you could run it at different frame, like bro, depending on what type of monitor and graphics card you have. You know what I'm saying? Gaming on a PC, I feel right now is way better than getting a console.
Already setting expectations.
Bro, I have 2 screens. I can play the game here and watch a YouTube video here. Like, I mean, I could. There's really no point in having a console other than saying that I got the new Xbox, I got the new PlayStation. Like, to be honest with you.
Sarah Bond has said that the next generation of the Xbox will be a more premium experience. And premium is another word for expensive. There's nothing wrong with the premium experience, but if you look
console
at the
is like
downsides of, say,
console,
I'm in a store. And
I lied. PC, getting a PC is like car guys buying a Honda and just changing the engine. You know what I'm saying? Putting a K24, swapping the K20 out and putting the K24, putting a B series engine and throwing new rims and exhaust and all that other shit. Like, there's so many things. Like, if you are a technical person and you like what you can do with your PC and you could swap out all the pieces, it's just like a car for nerds, bro. Like,
I want to buy a console for my little Timmy. Well, I could spend $500 or $600 on a PlayStation, or I might be spending $800 or $1,000 on an Xbox. I think a lot of people look at the big number and go, yikes, why is the Xbox so expensive? And they buy themselves a PS6,
right,
or a Switch, or a Game.com. The days of a $300 or $500 Xbox are long gone. In fact, the conspiratorial part of me almost thinks that's because Xbox are trying to subtly prepare you for what a world with a $700, $800, or $900 plus Xbox really looks like.
And the other thing is, gaming, the graphics and everything, like, for example, Call of Duty, right, takes up so much space that you in your mind, you're like, oh, like, if I want to download this in other games, I need to get the 1 TB system. I need to get a 2 TB system. Or I need to get a connection so I could game, play other games. Like, I don't remember exactly where I was going with it, but basically, like, bro, you could do all that with a PC. To be honest with you, like, there's literally, unless you're buying one for your 10-year-old, there's no point of buying a console right now, bro. It's gonna become obsolete.
You walk with me in the idea that there will be multiple tiers of Xbox. I think that actually has a lot of very big knock-on effects. So first and foremost, actually on the PC industry, I think most people can agree that if I click one button, I just go to regular Windows and I get to do my thing, or I can get to move into a much more seamless, much more streamlined interface that's much more console-like. That seems like a win-win. And I'm going to assume that the price to performance is actually gonna be pretty decent. I think in a lot of ways, it will at least keep the market somewhat honest. Does that mean that we might have a $1,500 Xbox that comes from like the Legion team or something? Very possible. But I also think it's just as possible that $1,500 Xbox is gonna perform the same way as a $2,000 PC or something.
I just said it. I literally just said it. So I get what he's saying, 100%. But we're gonna be saying the same thing about PlayStation too. Even though I'm really interested in what the PS6 is gonna look like, because like I said, I am a Sony guy, bro. Like, I love PlayStation 1, 2. Bro, look. I love PlayStation, bro. I love PlayStation so much. I love PlayStation. You can, bro, PlayStation is amazing. PlayStation is amazing. Xbox, I never really liked the original. 360 was cool, but they got the red rings, and I really just wanted one for Forza. You know what I'm saying? The Xbox One, amazing system. But then there's always PlayStation. Like, there's no way I would just exclusively be an Xbox person.
I gotta say, when the Microsoft team rolled out the everything is an Xbox marketing campaign, I rolled my eyes so hard. But I think in hindsight now, they've been pretty firm on this. This is sort of their plan. And I think that now we're really seeing what that anything is. This actually does feel like kind of a decent strategy, perhaps. But the biggest problem here is this all hinges on how well do they execute. when you're building it on third-party hardware, which may have its own problems and may be more expensive than it should be or whatever the case is, it is going to reduce a little bit of that sort of level of quality. And when you say that everything is an Xbox, almost by default, some of those Xboxes are not going to be good. I think the key to understanding a lot of the questionable decisions the Xbox team have made over the last couple of years is that...
Oh, I didn't know. Oh, shit. When did they start doing this for Game Pass?
It's going to reduce by default some of those Xbox...
Saying that the Fire Stick is an Xbox is crazy.
Xboxes are not going to be good. I think the key to understanding a lot of the questionable decisions the Xbox team has made over the last couple of years is that supposedly the CFO of Microsoft has been putting serious pressure on the Xbox team to up their profit margins. And when they're burning billions of dollars on AI, it kind of makes sense that they're trying to tighten the belt anywhere they can. It seems pretty clear to me that they have this mandate from up high that they've got to make money.
Xbox is gonna have an AI system. You heard it here first. Xbox is going to have an Alexa. It's gonna have all that shit, a chat GBT, and it's going to be on the controller. You can access it from the controller. You can press the button. You could press the button and talk to Alexa. You could talk to chat GBT. Asking questions is gonna pop up right on your TV. You heard it here first. I promise you, it's going to be part of their new system. Especially with, I forgot, AI is amazing, like a major thing right now. AI and chat GBT, all that stuff. You have to integrate that on your, on a console, because that's what's gonna keep you floating. You feel me?
And they are making money. Xbox is more profitable than ever, but it is really hard to justify some of the price increases that Microsoft have been pushing through this year. I understand that Xbox is a business and
what they're gonna do is they're gonna drop a system. They're gonna drop an original system, right? Because Xbox, you know, they drop like 10 systems every period. They're gonna have an original one. They're gonna have a slim. They're gonna have an original one with AI. They're gonna have a slim with AI. They're gonna start dropping different colors with AI. Like, yo, I have a feeling that they're gonna do some shit like that. I see it.
Of a business is to make profit. And I think looked through that lens, you can see why a lot of the decisions have been made. But it also makes sense why they've been cutting studios. So traditionally, before Microsoft went on such a binge over the last 8-9 years of buying all these studios, what would happen is you as a studio would create a game. And if your game was successful, congratulations. If it failed, your studio was bankrupt. And what we're seeing is a little bit more of that mentality when it comes to Microsoft. Turn 10 is a great example. Ultimately, they created a game that was very expensive, it was not successful, and the studio was gutted. That is the way.
They got rid of Turn 10? No, you're lying to me. Turn 10 Studios loses nearly half of its staff. That explains everything. Turn 10 Studios appears to be one of the biggest developers hit by the latest round of mass layoffs at Xbox and Microsoft. Damn. What does that mean for the next Horizon? What does that mean? Are they gonna give us the same exact copy of the game we've been getting since the original Forza Horizon? Are we gonna continue to get the same shit, bro? This right here, this means something. This means a lot. And I'm still gonna buy Forza. I'm still gonna buy it. And I'm gonna buy it for PC. But the fact that they had, I did not know this. This is July 2nd this happened. Or this news came out. That's crazy, bro.
With that mentality when it comes to Microsoft. Turn 10 is a great example. Ultimately, they created a game that was very expensive, it was not successful, and the studio was gutted.
Because these devs, they literally, I swear to God, these devs, they swear they can keep giving us the same game and that we're dumb enough to just be like, oh yeah, well, I'm just gonna buy it because it's Forza. I'm gonna just buy it because it's 2K. I'm gonna buy it because it's Madden. The masses are gonna do that, but the actual gamers that are seeing things getting taken out of the newer games that were in the previous games that we love so much, we're not going for that. Or you're not continuing to make the game progress. Why are we gonna keep buying it? I'm gonna just go back to the old. I'm still playing 2K25. I do not care to buy the new K26. I skip a 2K every year. I never buy the new 2K. Like I don't do that no more because there's literally no point. It's the same exact game. Graphics might be a little bit better, a little more sweat. Madden has been the same, like kind of Madden since what? Madden 10, 11? Like, do I have it up here? I have it somewhere. But Madden has not changed. Madden is boring. What's the point of me buying it? Oh, because they got the new rookies and shit. I don't care. I really don't.
Is the way that a traditional video game publisher works, which is all about profit and not about the long-term thinking.
That's what I'm saying. They think about all the micro purchases. I'm so fucking sick of micro purchases, bro. Especially if we're talking about Xbox, right? Forza is a great example. All they do is drop micro purchases like every month. Oh, new car pack, new car pack, new car pack. Fucking the Lego Legends, whatever the fuck it is. I don't give a fuck. That does not move me. Make the game better. And that's why y'all got fired. Period. Sheesh.
I think that that's one of the things that concerns me because they've done massive, massive damage to the Xbox brand over the last couple of years. It's funny, looking at Game Pass, one of the things that for a while it felt like it was becoming was Netflix. But not like Netflix now. Netflix in the glory days. Like, do you remember when Netflix was the only streaming subscription you had and there was no reason to pirate anything because everything was so convenient, all right there. And then there came Max and Disney Plus. And for a minute, I kind of thought that Game Pass was going to be that do-everything sort of platform, right? But I think the problem that they ran into was that while Game Pass grew very quickly, I think it kind of plateaued. And when it stopped growing, they realized, oh, wait a minute, we're not hitting the sort of numbers that we need for this whole situation to make sense, largely because they haven't sold enough Xboxes. It went from being a no-brainer that if you had an Xbox, of course you had Game Pass, to now it's like, well, you really want to play Call of Duty and not buy it. I guess Game Pass makes sense. Ultimately, I think that that is part of the reason why we've seen them cranking up these prices. It makes sense that they've got to make money. They spent $70 billion on Activision. They gotta make some money on that. And I'm not even mad, honestly, at the idea of them bringing Xbox exclusives over to the PlayStation. It's almost like the social contract was broken, but in a way that like is good for everybody.
Oh shit,
is it really hurting you that your friend?
Hold on, wait. My package just came in the mail. Hold on, I'll be right back.
The PlayStation can now play your.
My package is here? Word. Oh shit. All right, let's get back to it.
Xbox game, like I get it's weird. Trust me, I actually think that there's nothing incorrect about bringing Xbox games to PlayStation. And hell, there's nothing stopping them from bringing Halo to the Switch or whatever. Like, if you're gonna play your game wherever you want. There was a quote very recently that Xbox's main competitor isn't PlayStation. No. It's TikTok and Netflix. And I think a lot of gamers saw that and go, no, don't make another Xbox One, please don't, no, don't do that. It reminds me of, I think it was like a year or two ago where someone from Netflix was like, oh, our number one competitor is sleep. And I think what these companies are trying to say is that there are only so many hours in the day for you to want entertainment. Maybe it's going to see a movie. Maybe it's going to watch some Netflix or watch some of your favorite or second favorite or third favorite YouTuber on YouTube. I know that that's very true for me. I don't have a lot of time to enjoy relaxing. And I think that if you think about it, it's an easy way to make a point, but I think it's just that. It's a point that on its face seems patently ridiculous. The question, is Xbox dead, is such a big one. Because I fully believe that there is a next generation of Xbox. My hope is that
definitely
they nailed this thing. And having used the Xbox Ally, I can say with a lot of confidence, they have a lot of work to do. We need Xbox to be healthy. You might be the biggest Sony fanboy in the world. Do you want to live in a world where Sony gets to do whatever they want? Bottom line is this. We're at
oh yeah, that's gonna be another problem.
Because
that's gonna be another problem. If Xbox does become obsolete, Sony is not going to give a fuck about anybody. They're not gonna give a fuck about anybody. But then it's going to turn into, since Sony they want to do what they want to do, and they're not listening to our demands as the consumer, as the gamer, nobody's gonna start buying PlayStations no more. The PlayStation is gonna become cheaper, obsolete, and then you're gonna have nothing but PC gamers, which I'm not opposed to. But I will say, I will compare this, what he just said, I'll compare that to 2K and NBA Live. Because you had best of the both worlds. You had, NBA Live 05, NBA Live, for me, NBA Live 08, 09 was fire. But I also love 2K8. Well, 2K, I always love 2K, but once there was no more NBA Live, 2K did not give a fuck about us no more. And it's the same, and it goes the same thing with Madden and NBA, NFL. Was it NFL 2K? Yeah, the same exact thing. They stopped caring because there's only one game that we play, and we're just gonna keep fucking buying it. You feel me? So kudos to what he just said. I agree 100%.
On one hand, they are going to have tons of potential to bring this thing back from what has honestly been a really rough few years. But on the other hand, they have a huge amount of work to make sure that the Xbox stays healthy and vibrant going into the future. Because imagine a world in which your Xbox PC is reasonably priced, powerful, plays all the games, gives you the best of all Windows worlds and the best of the console world. At that point, it's great. But until they get to that point, I'm gonna take all this with a huge grain of salt. Xbox isn't dead, and I hope it stays that way.
Yeah, Xbox isn't dead right now. Xbox is not dead right. This is actually, hold on. This is a great video, bro. I'm not gonna hold you. Austin Evans, great video. Bro, Xbox is not dead right now, but I do see console becoming obsolete in the next at least PlayStation and Xbox. Maybe not 20 years, 30 years, 35. Because people still love PlayStation. Xbox is already taking that dip. And then you have PC. So it's not dead right now. And remember, if they end up dropping an AI system in the new Xbox, I feel like they're gonna be on the way up because people love AI. People love both AIs, Allen Iverson and, the new AI. But ChatGPT, all that shit, they're gonna need that to stay alive. They're gonna need to survive off of that. That's gonna be their new thing. But then after that, what's gonna be the new thing? You feel me? So W video. I liked it. Make sure y'all go subscribe. Y'all go, you know what I'm saying? Fuck with Evan. That was a great video. But I don't know, bro. I do not know about systems no more. And the fact that you can even take your controller and you can connect it to the PC, what is going to be the point of having a PlayStation or an Xbox? You feel me? Like, even with the monitors, the 1440p, or you get the 4K, like, there's so many different things you could do. I will say it again. PC is like fucking, it's a car for nerds, bro. I have so many things in my, you know what I'm saying, Amazon and shit that I want so I could upgrade my PC. Just like I would because I'm a car guy too. I want the same thing for my car. Like, oh, I get to those different rims and exhausts and fenders and all these accessories. Do the same thing. My PC is my car in the crib. No bullshit. So, like I said, the Xbox is just a home system, and the PlayStation is up in the room when I'm up at night bored. I haven't even touched that thing in 2, maybe 3 weeks, to be honest with you. But that was a W video, and I think that's gonna be it for the day. If you are just now tuning in, we reacted to 2 videos. You can catch them Johns on YouTube. I'm about to go edit and drop them. I appreciate y'all tuning in. Oh bullshit, we about to cue up the music though. What y'all know about this? This is, if you don't know, I make a couple songs. I make some good ass music, I think. You feel me? Yeah. So I've heard.
The Brody? Shabba the Brody.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give y'all a quick story time. So this song called Kilo K, first time I ever dropped it was on SoundCloud. And I heard another song come out of nowhere called Kilo K. It had Fabio Foreign in it. And old boy that's in jail right now. Tory. Kilo K, mommy. You know, I beat up the box. And I was like, what the fuck? Nigga, that's me. Like, the Ayo bitch. That's literally me, bro. So I took it off of SoundCloud, and that's when I learned to use other platforms. So I ended up uploading it on YouTube, Apple Music, all that, Google Play, all that shit. But just in case anybody thought I did not come up with this song first, this is me, bro. Like,
Kilo K, mommy. Kilo K. Baby, can I be your poppy? She said she like how I move. Shabba, you moving real suave. We popping ties, we chasing buys. Baby, you want it, you got it. Always on gold, drip is a 10. Mommy, she like how I flow, yeah. Hey, yo, bitch. Hey, lil' mama, you psycho. She wanna suck on me like lipo. Bitch, you the devil, Diablo. Roll up on niggas like Peter. Flipping the bread, it's a Peter roll. Kilo K, mommy.
Kilo K.
I whip it foreigns like Favi. They try to rob me.
I'm whipping foreigns like Favi.
I had the game right behind me. Kilo K, mommy. She know the beat is a body. She taking Hangin straight to the face. Took to the beat, it's an 808. In Italy, pasta with portobello. La mama, she said she did that, I'm extra. She won't say that when I'm in a Tesla.
Hey yo, bitch.
Go grab the keys off the dresser. Ain't fucking with goofy ass niggas, nah. Niggas is haters and fucking hecklers. Little ass nigga, I'll do you reckless. Take you for ransom like low techer. Bitch, I'm from Boston to fucking Mecca. Kilo K, mommy.
Kilo K.
Baby, can I be your poppy? She said she like how I move. Shabba, you moving real suave. We popping ties, we chasing buys. Baby, you want it, you got it. Always on gold, drip is a 10. Mama, she like how I flow, yeah. Hey, yo, bitch. Come lay in the cut with the zombies.
You know I move with some Zoes.
10 toes to the ground, B.
But hey, I appreciate y'all tuning in. No bullshit. We will definitely, I might go live later, but football is on today. I'm hungry. I gotta cook. I gotta go clean the crib because it's Sunday. You know what I'm saying? I gotta go drink a couple more, you know what I'm saying? So if you all, you know what I'm saying, you getting lit today because it's Sunday, you know we got work tomorrow. Cheers to you. And I'ma fuck with y'all. Go out, hey, you dropping the videos like real soon. So make sure y'all tune into the videos we did on YouTube, on Twitch today. Probably on YouTube later. So make sure y'all tune into that. I'ma fuck with y'all.
Always on gold, drip is a 10. Mommy, she like how I flow, yeah.